Welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. Back again with a weekly check-in reading for Cancer. This will be for the week of April 27th. Definitely took a break, a couple of weeks from the weekly, really just everything, but for sure the weekly check-in videos. But I'm gonna pick back up. Definitely going to try to get better with posting things that I need to post under the community tab, like I mentioned. Yeah, it's just been a lot. Anyway, so before I get started with channel messages and getting the cards, our spread together for Cancer's reading, I'm going to go ahead and get my disclaimers out of the way. I mentioned before that I may do a if I have time, I will do a pick-up pile reading later on today. That'll be uploaded either later on tonight or tomorrow. Whatever the case may be, but I'll have one coming up soon. Those cards. It'll either be a collective message where I just pull a few cards and just do it that way. I'm leaning more towards that because I kind of want to speak to the larger collective in general. Or it may be a pick-a-pile reading. I'm not sure yet. But it just depends on the time that I have and what I'm feeling. What I feel needs to come out more. Which it may be a collective reading because I feel like I did a couple of pick-a-pile readings previously, so but I feel like I need to kind of check in with the collective as a whole and just kind of see what it is that we all need to know right now. But yeah, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're returning, I thank you so much as well, and sorry for all the smacking. I know that can be annoying. But yeah, I'll try not to do that. Yeah. Thank you so much. Either way, new or returning, all the things. I really appreciate the support. Whoever is watching. Hopefully my readings are reaching someone and they are finding a benefit from it. As you listen along, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if the video resonates. If you don't want to tell y'all your business, of course, I get that. You can leave a cute emoji down there just to let me know that you are rocking with the video and that it does resonate, even though you don't really want to go into detail, which I totally understand because sometimes I don't want to do that either. Share the video, if you know someone who enjoys tarot or they have these placements, definitely share it with them and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And yeah, the decks that I'm using, they will be in the description box below. If you want to ask questions or you have concerns, you can definitely you can definitely message me in the comment section. Or if you want to book a personal reading with me, though, make sure you email me. That's the only way that I will take requests for readings. Okay? So there's a process. So definitely make sure that you comment. Just regular run-of-the-mill comments, questions can be done via my comment section or via email. But for booking a personal reading specifically, that has to be done through email. Okay? Email only. Email. Can't stress that enough. Because I don't want anyone to get got thinking that someone is me and they're pretending to be me and that's not me. Okay? So the only way that you can get book a personal reading with me is if you actually email me. Okay? And then we go from there. Okay. So with all that being said, let's move on. As far as noise, it's fairly quiet on Sundays where I am, so there shouldn't be too much noise. But if there is, I'll try to keep that to a minimum. yeah, and if I forgot anything, if I forgot to mention anything, just, you know, apply it. But yeah, go ahead and apply it. And yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some channel messages for Cancers while I get the cards out and get our spread together here. Cancer, I'm hearing the words winning season. So you could feel, a lot of you could feel like this is your comeback season, your winning season. You know, there could have been a moment where you felt like there was a lot going on for you, and it was just kind of like, you know, kind of not seeing where you can go from there, you know. Just felt like everything was super, super heavy. But for the most part, this is a good time for you all, or at least if it hasn't fully come into fruition, it feels like it's on its way. Okay. And these are new oracle cards that I just got. I think I've only used them one other time before this, but I will be reading from the oracle book, the guidebook, just to kind of, you know, gain even further confirmation. But as always, I look at the cards first and just kind of see what I think and what I get a feel from for the cards, and then I, you know, go from there. Cancers, I'm feeling like some of you, a long drive. I don't know, some of you may want to take a drive just to clear your head, your mind, you know, just to clear your head, just to take a load off. You may want to just unwind. Maybe that's the way that you unwind. You know, you turn on your music and just take a drive. So that could be for some of you. Guess I wanted to come out. Or let's see, because I didn't have all the cards. Didn't realize it. Also, I'm kind of getting a slight stomach ache. I don't know why. But some of you, maybe that could be something that's going on with you. And Cancer, I believe, rules kind of like the stomach area. So there we go. Yeah, but that could be something that just came on too, like a weird stomach feeling. So I don't know. Could also be that you need to get up and eat something or drink something. Drink some water. Eat some food. Cause it's pretty much lunchtime, and I don't know why it feels later than it is, but it's lunchtime now, 12. So yeah, could be time for you to get up and get you something to eat. Okay. I'm going to turn these cards over and see what's going on for Cancers right now. Yeah. So I see a card that came out in Libra's reading. So that you may be drawn to that. May want to go check that out if you have Libra placements, or you could just be literally just drawn to that reading. So if you were, definitely go check it out, regardless if you have placements or not, Libra placements or not. Okay. Okay. So I don't have any further channel messages, I don't believe, but I'm just gonna give me just a few minutes and let's just make sure. Okay, well I do. I'm seeing ocean waves, hearing ocean waves as well in my mind. You all, with you being water signs, and you do have a water card out here, so you are coming out in the reading. You all may need to go sit by water, take a cleansing shower, bath, smudge yourself. If you are feeling like some heavy energy, then I would definitely say, definitely go and sit by water. Be in water, be near water, whatever the case. It can help you clear your mind. Because I see, matter of fact, I do see fire here, but there's water here. There's water here. There's water here. Okay? So, yeah, definitely go do that. And then you have 2 of air coming out as well. So you have air, water, air again with the star, and that speaks to Aquarius. You have water here. This seems kind of like air-ish. And then you have fire, and this is attributed to this Aries. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. And how I do the readings, I start from start of the week, midweek, end of the week, and then we read the affirmation, or the affirmation for the week. Okay. So first, if I can get the card, the first card that came out is 2 of air. This is being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending that there is no problem. Okay, and then when I look at this, it looks like the unicorns are kind of like budding unicorns or budding heads. So there could be some stubbornness, and you may, with stubbornness coming out, that makes me think back to Taurus, because stubbornness came out, and that's very much a Taurus thing. So if you have Taurus placements as well, definitely go check it out. Or if you felt drawn to it, go check it out. It may be a message in there for you. But at any rate, this is an air sign card. So with 2 of air, this is, partnership. This is all about trying to find balance, equilibrium, I believe, is also another word, but trying to balance those scales, and trying to find the silver lining on things. So if you are butting heads with someone, if you are like kind of butting heads with someone, or not seeing kind of like eye to eye with someone, there could be a need for you all to kind of take a step back and reassess. And I keep saying that it seems like that's the theme throughout the readings, but this could be a time where, and actually it is, because there are several planets, from my understanding, that are in Aries, and that makes for a lot of impulsiveness, a lot of flying off the handle without thinking first. Just doing a lot. A lot has been going on lately. Energy has been extremely heavy. And so this could make, not only on a large, worldwide scale, but, on an individual scale, especially for someone, for individuals who are sensitive like Cancers are, you all feel everything, because it's a very emotionally attuned sign, very much in tune with emotions, very much in tune with shifts in energies. So that could be why some of you may feel scatterbrained, because you're trying to, you're unable or unwilling to make a decision. There's some kind of setback, stalemate. There's some kind of problem that needs to be addressed. But you're kind of, both of these cards actually kind of make me think about heads being in the clouds, heads being in the air, so air sign coming out. But either way, you know, there's issues there. There's problems here that need to be addressed, and you know, there could be a sense of where you need to take a couple of time or some time to get back on the same page. You know what I'm saying? You have the book open here, right? But there are pages that are flying out of there, they're scattered, and they're essential, you know, they're essential rather to the story. Okay? So there's a need to really go back and reread some things. Look at the, you know, gather all those pages that are flying away. So I'm getting two things too. There could be a need to go grab those pages, whatever it is, or things that are happening, go grab them. You know what I'm saying? Get them back and plan accordingly. Do something. There's a need to do something differently going forward. Okay? And then also I'm getting if things do in fact need to fly away and scatter away, then do that. You know, so it could be either or for this collective, right? However this resonates for you, but there's a sense that excuse me, that there needs to be, overall, everyone needs to be on the same page, right? Whether it's you personally, you as an individual that I'm talking to, where you need to figure yourself out, your role in something, like the stalemate, or the being part of the problem, you know what I'm saying? That could be a factor, but also it could be, you know, if there is someone who's kind of causing trouble for you, it could be maybe you have to think for yourself, or think of, maybe I need to sit this one out, or maybe I need to release this person, because this also makes me think of like releasing like what's weighing you down, because this book looks heavy. That looks like a really heavy book to me. Yeah. So, you know, you could be releasing the pages or letting the pages fly, because that's no longer a part of your story. So on one hand, for some of you, it could be still part of your story. You need to kind of go back and look at that, because you do have past trauma here. But on the other hand, it could be that you do need to release some of these things so that you can heal from it. Okay? And so that leads me into midweek. So midweek, you have 7 of water, and it says a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. So yeah, being scatterbrained, whenever you're scatterbrained, it means that there's a lot going on. You have so many options. So this is 7 of cups. Same with 8 of cups. It makes me think of having multiple options, multiple things that you're thinking about, where you need some time to like really decide and assess if these things are worth dwelling on, if they're worth keeping your focus on. Okay. And with past trauma, that makes me think of that. Like your mind could still be reminiscing or thinking about what happened or what transpired in the past. You know, it could be kind of like a reoccurring theme for you. And they're just kind of like, okay, how do I break that cycle? You know what I'm saying? How do I heal from the past, heal my heart, heal my mind, to where I can get to a place where I feel safe, I feel, you know, comfortable. And even if I do happen to, you know, see something that triggers a memory, or see a person or talk to a person who triggers what happened in the past. How do I deal with that? How am I, getting over it, or really and truly getting through it? Because, you don't necessarily get over past traumas or past hurts. You just learn how to live despite what happened. And so that could be the case here. Okay. So I forgot to go read for number 15, scattered. So let's do that. Okay. So scattered. This card represents the energy of the dark moon in Gemini, ahead of the new moon in Gemini. It says your biggest enemy now is being scattered, wishy-washy, and overly changeable. Your thoughts are like pages blowing around in the wind as you fight to stay grounded amid chaotic energy. And that's basically what I was saying. Have you been flip-flopping around about what you want? No one is saying you have to be strict and stern with yourself or mentally inflexible, but you do need to take some time to get clear about what it is that you actually want. Very much true. Okay. And I don't want to read all of this, but I will read the additional meanings for this card. Is to create a wish list or a vision board, or a pros and cons list is what I like to say. I love creating those pros and cons lists. They help a great deal. Listen to what others are saying. Research whatever you're wrestling with. Communicate. Recognize that a sound mind leads to a sound body, and vice versa. And you literally have a complex decision. Do more research up here. So, yeah, very much connected there. Okay, and then we're gonna do 11, past trauma. Okay, so yeah, you got a lot of air. So this is Gemini, this is Aquarius, this is from what I'm seeing here. So air is very significant here. So you could be dealing with air signs, specifically Gemini and Aquarius. All right, so with past trauma, this card holds the energy of the dark moon in Aquarius. The pain and vulnerability of unresolved wounds may come forth, but now that rays of light break through the darkness, offering hope for healing and resolution. When this card comes up, it's telling you to accept yourself as you are, embrace your individuality. Therein lies the key to liberation. Reclaim yourself and express your truth with unwavering authenticity. All right. So I'm not going to read all that, like I mentioned. But yeah, but it's just as I mentioned, like, there could be a need to, address those past situations, past traumas, and figure out a way through it, or, also kind of releasing what happened, because it's in the past, even though it can still be kind of shaping how you see things today. It's still a great deal to not allow yourself to dwell on that same pain, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go to what the additional meanings for this card means. And it says, remind yourself that pain is temporary. Work on becoming less emotionally detached. So yeah, you want to feel your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't feel like that's a hard thing for Cancers. But sometimes when you do deal with past traumas, it can kind of numb you to certain things. So, this card is advocating for you to, not approach this as, detached. Definitely get in the feeling of the feelings, but don't let yourself dwell there, if that makes sense. Okay. Be kinder, and I'll go even further. It's like, be kinder to yourself, be kinder to others. Understand that sometimes, things don't work out always, but, and it could be somebody that really truly hurt you, but that doesn't mean that you have to be unkind. But you just, you can allow that person to just go on. You don't have to deal with them, per se. Just, it's kind of like I forgive you and I forget you kind of thing. Shout out to LC, Lauren Conrad. That was one of her best lines. I feel in the hills, that show. That was all the rage when I was in high school. Middle school, high school. Started from Laguna Beach and then it went to the hills, and then they had the city spinoff. But and the hills, is a line that I'll never ever forget, and it's something that always sticks with me. But is I like forgive you and I want to forget you. So it's like, it ain't no hard feelings really. It's like I learned my lesson. I forgive you for myself, but I'm also gonna forget you. So although I forgive you, that doesn't mean you can come back or you continue to have access to me. No. So it's kind of like that. Okay, and lastly, it says do some charity work to get perspective. So, if you're called to do that, I would definitely say go for it. I know I am. Been trying to find the right fit for myself as well as the time to do so. So that's a bit of work in progress, but nonetheless, hopefully that helps give some perspective. And usually it does, because I feel like whenever I be of service to someone, help someone, assist them with something, speak life into other people in whatever capacity, that usually kind of helps me to feel good about myself, number one, but also number two, you're helping someone, like you're literally making their life easier. And I get so giddy when I can help someone or make their life in some kind of capacity easier. It just does something for me. Anyway, so the last card we have for the end of the week is the Star. This is Archangel Jophiel. You actually have Aquarius out here twice, funny enough. So yeah, we have happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, on the right path. So with this card, it's like once you gotta get through this feeling, the scatteredness, and feeling kind of dealing with the not so fun emotions, but as long as you're kind of addressing those things, you can get to this feeling, which is the Star card, and feeling that energy of something good happening, something new coming in, happy outcomes, happy times. You're more optimistic because you're not so scattered. You have a plan in place. You know how to address certain things. So that's where that comes from. Now we do have reckless here. Okay. This is Aries, and I mentioned that this card came out in Libra's reading, I believe. Yeah, I think it came out in Libra's reading. I'm going to read this again, just a little bit, a snippet of it, just to kind of say it, because I think the only feeling that I don't really feel like Cancers, you all are being necessarily reckless per se, but going back to the Two of Air over here, where I mentioned that you could be butting heads with someone, that could be where this recklessness is coming from. It's kind of like you're not necessarily seeing things clearly, and you're kind of reacting, as opposed to taking time to really check in and assess your, and I keep saying that word assess, but that's the word I use, but really process your emotions before making a decision, before taking action. That could be the case for this. So with recklessness, this card represents the energy of the dark moon in Aries, ahead of the new moon in Aries. There's a fine line between throwing all your cards to the wind to see where they land and burning them all. Your impulsiveness is trapping you like a ring of fire. But there's opportunity for growth and transformation. Okay? When this card comes up, there's a sense you've been impatient about something, and this might be tipping you over into reckless behavior. It's as though you're careening full speed down a hill, and while it might feel exhilarating to throw caution to the wind, you would benefit from putting the brakes on. All right, so kind of same message, similar message, slightly different, but in this case it's similar to that of what came out in Libra's I keep wanting to say live, Libra's reading. Okay, so additional meanings for this card is slow down, consider a course correction, come up for air, embrace the and it's funny, come up for air. It makes me think of balance because air signs are all about balance and, you know, all those things, especially Libra. So, you know, there could be, you literally need to come up for air, go take a breather, try to get balance, regulate your emotions, right, before you act or react. It says embrace the start of a new cycle, recognize that a new day is dawning. So, you know, just be kind of open to that, because, and then also it just makes me think of, after this stormy, shaky kind of energy, you're now ready for the happy times, and you're ready for a new, for the start of something new, okay, by the end of the week. All right, so Cancers, let's go ahead and read your affirmation for the week, and then we're gonna wrap this up. And simply put, it is I am safe. I know it's backwards, but I am safe is your affirmation for the week. So Cancers, I hope this video resonated for you. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated if you feel comfortable sharing. If not, don't have to. You can leave an emoji down there. Share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have a good week. I hope so. And I will see you next time. Bye, Cancers.